My first thank you is to the young people that are here this morning, but I also want to take a moment to thank Terry and Melvin for hosting us at the Rocketeer Learning Center. Thank you so much. What I wanted everybody to know is that the reason I'm here is because anytime I campaign all over Baltimore, I'm honored because I meet so many young people throughout our city, and I've listened to them. I've heard some of their concerns. What many people don't understand is that we've got children who are homeless, but they managed to graduate from high school. I met so many young people who are working on the streets of our city, trying to support their parents. And one of the things that we're going to do as we move forward to become the next mayor, we're going to make sure that we support the parents of our city, but we also want to make sure we're supporting the young people as well. Many of you see young people standing on the corners of our streets and selling water. And what people don't know is they're actually supporting themselves as well as supporting their families. And I think that we should be applauding their efforts. And so one of the things that I'm talking about is when I become the mayor, instead of looking at these children who are on our corners, let's create best corner programs. Let's reward the children who are doing the best, learning how to dress when they're on the corners, making sure their pants stay up, making sure that they're servicing their customers. Because what I see them as are entrepreneurs in the future. Because one of the things that we're lacking in Baltimore is a strong business community. So as you all are entrepreneurs, standing on that corner selling water, we want to make sure that you learn all the entrepreneurial skills that will make you become successful. And as I've talked to the young people in the city, many of them said, what difference does it make who becomes mayor? Because they don't really care about us. And what they were thinking about was some of the things that occurred under this current administration with this mayor, who closed rec centers, and balanced the budget on the backs of our young people, staggered openings of our swimming pools. And some of the adults who are here know that when we were growing up, pools opened Memorial Day, and then they closed after Labor Day. And now we can't figure out how to make sure that our young people are getting what they need. If we can find money for a race downtown, we certainly can find money to make sure that our young people's needs are being met. So, we cut summer jobs in the city, balance the budget, and what I'm promising to the young people is that when I become your mayor, not only am I going to create summer jobs for every child that wants one, I'm going to create a mentorship program for young people and an internship opportunity, because I'm going to be working with the Baltimore City Public School System that I've worked so well with currently. I'm going to work with the Baltimore City Public School System to make sure that we have what I call distributed education programs that allow young people who want to go to school and who have to support families or need to support themselves. I want to create mentorship programs with our business and our philanthropic community so that these young people can get meaningful job experience and so that they can learn how to become productive members of our society. I mean, it's really time for this city to put our children first. You know, people talk about the children are our future. I believe our children are here and now. Their future depends on what we do for them every single day. Our commitment to our young people has to be strong, and we have to show that we're committed to their future. I look at some of the things that we want to do in the city. We've got to support community centers, rec centers, and people say, well, you know what? The city's budget can't do all of that. But we have a business, and we have a philanthropic community, and we have a faith-based community. And as the mayor and chief executive officer of the city, I will be calling on those entities to say, help me make sure that every need that our children have are being met. So I want the colleges and universities to partner with us so that they can do internships in our community centers and mentor our young people. Make sure their homework needs are being met. Make sure that they know the kinds of opportunities that they have. You know, I want some of these business people and business leaders to come into our community centers, show our young people what they can be. You know, oftentimes people don't achieve to the highest level because they don't understand what occupations are. They don't understand what opportunities are out there for them. So I'm going to make sure for all of you that when you go to a community center, you get to meet some of the people, top business leaders in our community, college and university students who are striving to be doctors and lawyers and all kinds of biotechnology scientists, so that you can know that you can also achieve at those high levels. After-school programs are very important for all of us. But let me just tell you this. Every child is not going to go to college. But guess what? They too can be productive members of our society. So I want to work with our school system to expand and create more vocational education programs so that those who want to go into vocational education, you know, there's no shame in being a plumber. There's no shame in being an automobile mechanic, because guess what? You can own your own plumbing company. You can own your own mechanic shop. And so we want to teach these kind of skills and provide these kind of opportunities and expand them throughout the city of Baltimore. I also pledge that we will build new schools in Baltimore. And somebody said, well, how can you do that? Well, you know, one of my big dreams is beginning to come true. Next week, the Baltimore Design School opens. And that's why I tell people on this campaign trail, there are some wonderful ideas. And if you listen, good ideas become great ideas. I wanted to open a fashion school here in Baltimore. But on next Monday, the Baltimore Design School will open. Because by the time I surrounded myself with really, really smart people, you know, what was a good idea, a fashion high school, became a great idea. Because we will now have fashion, architect, and design. And that's why I'm saying that we've got to undergird and support the efforts of our young people. Let me tell you what, I'm pledging to do these things for all of you. I want to make sure that you have great schools, that when you go into your classroom, you can look out clear windows, that you have air-conditioned buildings so that we don't have to have you go home in the middle of the day because the buildings are too hot. I'm going to make sure that you have after-school programs that meet your needs. I'm going to make sure that I'm committed to you. The young people who want to work in the summertime, I'm going to make sure that you have jobs in the summertime. Because it's not going to be like it's a prize. It's going to be an opportunity. And I'm also going to make sure that you have year-round opportunity. The woman who started the Sugar Education in Philadelphia is now here in Baltimore. So we're already working and putting that program together. And let me just say this. I'm a graduate of Morgan State University. This is the city that I graduated. This is the city I say I grew up in. You know, I came here from Philadelphia, but I know that this is a city of great opportunities. When I talk about creating jobs and job opportunities in our city, I look at the port, I look at our healthcare community. We've got some of the largest healthcare institutions in the country. And so we can create and create employment for you all there. We can create opportunities for you all to grow there. And so here's what I need from you all. This is the pledge I need you all to make to me. And I'm going to sign a pledge that all of the things that I said that I'm going to do, I'm going to do them. You know, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand each one of you a card afterwards. And then I'm going to take that contract that we signed together, and it's going to be plastered in my office, put up in my office in City Hall, so that every day I'm reminded of my commitment to the young people of this city. Children first. And as I say to the people of Baltimore, I'm asking you to trust me with your children. Trust that I will build a brighter future for them. Trust that when I say that I'm going to have great schools in Baltimore, that we will. Trust that when I say that I'm going to create opportunities for our young people, that I will. Trust that when I say that I'm going to build an opportunity for you all that will create a future that will be bright for every individual in our city, I will. Whether it's through vocational education, college opportunities, or job opportunities and business creation. So here's what I need from you young people. I want you all to pledge to me today that you will not join gangs, because gangs will lead you to nowhere. And we want you to move away from violence and all those negative things that take place in our community. Can you all pledge to stay out of gangs? Yes. Say it loud and proud. Yes. Okay? And I want you to stay away from drugs. Too many adults have set a poor example for our young people when it comes to the pain and devastation that accompanies drug addiction. And so many of them end up on drugs not because they want to, but because they've been trapped. And we want to make sure that our young people don't get involved in drugs. So will you all commit to stay away from drugs for me?
Yes.
Say it again.
Yes.
And then there's another issue for young people. I want you all to pledge to be sexually responsible. And I know some people are so young here that they don't even know what that means. But let me just say this to you all. The reason I'm asking you to do this is because so many young people get involved so early. And we have too many babies in our city raising babies. And it stifles your future. But we want to make sure that your future is not stifled, that you continue to move forward. Can you all pledge that for me?
Yes.
And let me just say, the reason that's so important is because HIV and AIDS is growing in our community. And it's growing strongly among young people. So we want to make sure that we're protecting them. And I'm asking that young people here today really become my partner. Become my partner because I want to be your partner. As your next mayor, I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to fight hard for you. I'm going to make sure that everything you need in this city to be productive members of our society are there for you. Young people, you represent our future. And so as you sign the pledge, understand that you're not just our future, you are here and now. I'm committed to you. Become the next mayor of Baltimore, but more importantly, to put you all first, because you are our future, but you also are here and now. So again, can you all pledge to be with me, to work with me, to be the greatest mayor that puts our children first?
Yes!
All right, let's do it. What I've done, I'm going to hand each of you all my pledge card. It has all what I've committed to do for you and what I need you all to remember that you pledged to do for me. Okay? I need everybody. Turn your signs around. I'm in the front row. I'm in the front row. Front, can I have him over here, Dave? Pass it. These are your pledges.
No, hold that.
Hold the pledge.
I want you to hold that in the day.
David, hold your pledge card. I'm going to give you all copy cards, but I'm going to go over here and sign the pledge card, okay? And then I've got some more of the markers, and as I sign, you all will sign as well. I'm going to use the mic here. Okay. So I'm going to walk over here and sign the pledge card. Thank you, young people. Thanks for being committed, and your future is going to be bright as a result of me becoming your next mayor.
All right. Well, probably what happens to these.
Your card. Your card.
Okay. Station.
Everybody come on over so you can sign the pledge.
Yeah, come over here, y'all. Come over here with me. Just work the way through. Come on. You already signed it. Work the way through. Come over here.
That's all right.
All right. Once you sign, come over here with me, y'all. Sign. Come on over here.
Who handed me this phone?
He's back there.
You want me to get out of it?
I want a big hug when we're done, okay?
Yeah, right.
For Sean.
Elizabeth, that's my middle name.